As you look at a rainy Times Square on this Thursday, the chief executives of all major U.S. airlines now are calling on the White House to lift COVID-19 precautions for travelers. That includes mask mandates. In a letter to President Biden, the CEOs write, "We are requesting this action not only for the benefit of the traveling public, but also for the thousands of airline employees charged with enforcing a patchwork of now outdated regulations implemented in response to COVID-19." End quote. The federal mask mandate on air travel and public transportation recently was extended to April 18th. The Brooklyn Nets are looking forward to the return of Kyrie Irving to the team's lineup in home games, as New York City reportedly will grant exemptions today for athletes and entertainers in its private sector vaccine mandate. The expected rollback comes just days after Mayor Eric Adams said the city's pro sports teams would have to wait for the policy to be lifted. The new information means Irving could be on the court at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn as early as Sunday, ahead of next month's NBA play-in tournament. Unvaccinated members of the New York Yankees and Mets also would be able to play in their April home opener. So, Jonathan Lemire, there's been so much focus on Kyrie Irving, who's missed 35 of the Nets' home games, clearly impacting their season. But a lot of this also is about opening day for baseball, let's be clear.
No question. Aaron Judge, perhaps the Yankees' biggest star, has never said whether he's vaccinated or not. The belief is he is not, and he wouldn't be able to play in 81 games if this measure was kept into place. And Mayor Adams is expected to appear at Citi Field, home of the Mets, later this morning, where he'll announce that he is carving out this exception for entertainers, for those on stage and pro athletes. Certainly, Kyrie Irving has been, as you said, the face of this, and this is well-timed for the Nets heading into their playoff run, but it impacts baseball as well. But the decision has gotten some pushback. Members of the de Blasio administration, the Adams' predecessor, who put this regulation in place, have really pushed back on it in the last 24 hours, suggesting that it's ill-timed, particularly as cases begin rising again in New York City. We know they're surging in Europe, COVID cases, and there is sort of a pandemic truism that what happens over there ends up here in a few weeks. And certainly the White House is also prepping for what could be another surge of the virus. And secondly, it should also be noted that this is just for entertainers. So therefore, the private vaccine mandate is still in place for other employers. So, for instance, though Kyrie Irving doesn't need to be vaccinated to play now for home games at the Barclays Center, if you work in a McDonald's or in an office, you do. So that double standard has also rubbed a lot of people the wrong way this morning ahead of the mayor's expected announcement later today.
Yeah, and that's the frustration we're hearing across the city yesterday and into this morning, which is that if only I were a multi-million-dollar athlete, I wouldn't have to have a vaccine.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news, or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.